It's morning of day 7, and I'm blowing past Watson Lake. I'm also whispering because there's a lot of people still here sleeping. But I have a tendency to wake up at first light when I'm camping, and I don't want to sit in my tent. So I am on the way. Get the lake. Okay, now that I'm a little bit away from the campground, I potentially have a big day today. If I go what I've kind of been averaging so far, it's going to put me right at pretty much the highest point on the trail at Relay Peak. And I guess I just have to hope that there's a place to pitch my tent up there. I've never been up there. I don't know what the terrain is like. But the other problem for today is less than a mile from the campground I have a stream. After that stream, it's a good like 17 miles to the next water sources. And I have my options. I have options of water sources, but none of them are on the trail at that 16, 17 mile point. So I have to go this stream and fill it for the rest of the day. And the majority of today is going to be uphill. And since I'm reaching an elevation of 10,000 feet, I have to assume that a lot of it is not going to be in the trees. So it's going to be on exposed rock, which I tend to drink more water. And yesterday I was pretty light in the water and I was pretty dehydrated by the time I got to Watson's Lake, and I just mixed up a liter of electrolytes and just downed it. So I want to try to carry a little bit more than what I think I would use, but then again, I've got to carry all that weight and all that weight uphill. So potentially going to be a big, exhausting day. But first things first, I got to find this stream. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is the stream. Actually, I hear a little bit of more of a flow from over here. Man, if I had to fill up 20 miles worth of water on that little puddle, that would have been a challenge. This is still a pretty small stream, but it's flowing at least a little bit better than that other little spur. Alright. Oh, and then you can see the sunrise through the trees over there. Okay. So I haven't shown many water sources on this trail, but this one's got to last me at least 17 miles. And that's going to be a lot of water filling to do. I saw a sign that said forestry operations ahead, and they weren't kidding. It's like they're logging or cutting down trees. I have seen some trees that have had the blue marks, which means they need to be taken down. But this is a lot, and these heavy machinery had to trample quite a bit just to even get in here. You can see the marks right here. Oh no, this tree has been marked. Tahoe Rim Trail is about to lose a marker. Looks like that marker's been there for a while though. So you can see all these trees have blue lines on them. And I assume that's going on with what's going on with the forestry operations, though I do not know. Alright, have another busy road to cross. Oh, car. This is North Shore Boulevard. It leads down to the town of Kings Beach. Well, this is pretty. Came upon a bright little meadow, and the trail's going through these mule's ears. They are not skunk cabbage. Quick Google search taught me that. And then I've been going uphill for a while, and I still have a lot more uphill to go. But between the meadow, I have all these beautiful pine trees and their shade, and there's logs and rocks to sit on to break up the uphill. And there's not as much mosquitoes as in Desolation Wilderness, but that's because there is no water in this section. So my bag's even heavier from the water carry I'm doing right now. Well, there aren't any mosquitoes, but there is an insane amount of butterflies. I don't know if they're coming out on camera. So many butterflies all over the place. That's kind of magical. Just to be surrounded by butterflies. Better than mosquitoes. Wow. I just came on this impressive view of almost all of Lake Tahoe. This is almost the very northern part of the lake. So that's looking south. It's looking at what I came yesterday. And of course we know the snow is desolation wilderness. And this is what I'm going to have to do tomorrow and then part of the next day. But what a fantastic view. And I'm just going to be gaining in elevation, so this view may just be getting better. I am now crossing back over into Nevada. So this is California right here. And now I'm crossing over into Nevada. And I'm going to be staying in Nevada for the rest of the hike. Which isn't really that much longer. Walking through a field of mule's ears, and to my left got some cool cliffs. I'm at like over 9,000 feet, so air is a little bit thinner up here. And then to my right I have almost the entirety of Lake Tahoe. That is pretty cool. There it is. That's where I'm headed. That is Relay Peak, and it's going to be the highest point on the trail, over 10,000 feet. I still have maybe about 3 miles to get there. Trail goes this way, and then it's got to cross that little thing, dip down, and then long climb up there. But the rest of the scenery looks pretty good too. You can see that the clouds have kind of rolled in. Lake Tahoe is not its deep blue, it's kind of more of a gray, but at this elevation it's still impressive. Alright, this is the highest point on the Rim Trail. You can see the lake itself is a little blocked, but you can see the rim around it as well. I'm at 10,285 feet, and while the big lake might be blocked, I have these beautiful views to the west, and then to the north, and then this is fun. When I swing around kind of east, you can see the rim is lush, but it's desert behind the rim. That's pretty cool. Wasn't this a pretty spot for a tent? And then of course, on the other side of the ridge, that's the mountain I was just on, is this. That might be Carson City down there. Anyway, this is going to be a fantastic spot for the night because the wind is almost nothing. And you have these fantastic views. So this is obviously where I'm stopping for day 7. And day 8, I will be heading south into Nevada State Park land.